are going to see how to combine vectors. So the first question is, find the change in velocity of an object which starts with an initial velocity vi equal 3i plus 4j. So let's write down that's the initial velocity. Vi equal 3i cap plus 4j cap, and after some time its velocity becomes vf. That's the final velocity, which is negative 8i cap plus 15j cap, and we want to find what's the change in velocity. Okay, what's the change in velocity? So let's write down delta v. That's what we want to find out. Final velocity minus initial velocity. So we'll rewrite the equations just one below the other so that we can see the components of I and j together. So vf is minus 8i cap plus 15j cap. That's the vf vector. And vi is 3i cap plus 4j cap. Now we want to subtract it. You can see that we want to find the change. That means we want to subtract it. So I'm going to change the signs of vi because we are going to subtract vi from vf. So it will become minus 3i and minus 4j. So when I find vf minus vi, we'll get minus 8 and minus 3 gives us minus 11i, plus 15 and minus 4 gives us plus 11j. So that's our delta v. So this is a vector. Delta v vector is equal to minus 11i plus 11j. Now we can also find the magnitude of delta v vector, that is the change in velocity. We can find what's the magnitude of it by using the radical square root. Minus 11 square, that's the x component, plus 11 square, that's the y component. So that will come out as 11 root 2, and we can put the unit as meter per second. You can also find this in decimals. If required, we can also find the angle which the change in velocity will make with the x-axis by using the tan inverse formula. So in this case I'm not doing that. We are just stopping at the magnitude. If the question is asking specifically for change in velocity, like in this case it's asking just the change in velocity, we can stop here because that's the change in velocity vector. If it's asking for magnitude of change in velocity, then you have to do the radical formula to get what's the value for the magnitude. Next question, let's look at the next one. If vector A is 3i plus 1j and vector B is minus 1i minus 3j, find the magnitude of following vectors and rank them in the order of their magnitudes. So first we'll find the magnitude of each vector. So vector A is given as 3i cap plus 1j cap. If I want to find the magnitude of vector A, I will use the radical formula, 3 square plus 1 square. That's going to give me 9 plus 1. That's equal to, sorry, I wrote it wrong, 9 plus 1. That's going to give me root of 10. Okay, then in the same way I can find what is B vector, which is minus I cap minus 3j cap. So B vector will be square root of minus 1 square plus minus 3 square. I'm going to get it as 1 plus 9, which is equal to root 10. Okay, so both of them are having equal magnitude. Now I can find for A plus B. So, but before I do A plus B, I have to find the vector itself. So I will add A and B, the I components and the j components separately. So when I add the I component, I can see this is 3 and this is minus 1. I'm going to get it as 2i cap, and this is plus 1 and minus 3. That will be minus 2j cap. So when I do A plus B, vector magnitude, I will be doing 2 square plus minus 2 square. That's going to give us 4 plus 4, which is equal to square root of 8. Okay, then we need to do a minus b. So a minus b, you can see that we are having it, a is written first and then b is written. So when I do a minus b, I have to change the signs for b because b is coming second. So when I change the signs for b, this will become plus, this will also become plus. So basically we are going to add the numbers. So 3 plus 1 is going to give us 4i cap, and 1 plus 3 is going to give us 4j cap. You can always put them one below the other and change the signs as I did in the previous one, and you can find the answer. So once again, because I am subtracting them, I will change the signs here. So 3 plus 1 gives me 4, and 1 plus 3 again gives me 4, so I get 4i plus 4j. And let's find the magnitude of that. We'll get that as 4 square plus 4 square, which is 16 plus 16. That will get us 4 root 2. Okay, right now I'm not having my calculator with me. I'll bring it and calculate the exact decimal number. So before that, let me just get what is b minus a as well. Now when we do b minus a, I will take b first, so I don't have to change the sign for b, but I have to change the sign for a. So this will become minus and this will also become minus. So I can see that I have to do minus 3 minus 1 for the I cap. Okay, so that will give me minus 4 I cap, and minus 1 minus 3 for j cap. That will again give me minus 4 j cap. So the magnitude of b minus a will be minus 4 square plus minus 4 square, which is going to be root of 16 plus root of 16, which will be 4 root 2. Okay, so we can see that these two vectors have same magnitude, as well as these also have same magnitude, whereas this one is a different number. Okay, now let's just use a calculator to find the root of each of these numbers. Root of 10 gives me 3.16. So let's just write that, 3.16. Again, this will be 3.16. Root of 8 is 2.83. And 4 root 2 will give us 5.656. So we can write that as 5.66. And this is also 5.66. So if I want to rank them in the order of their magnitudes, let's say in the increasing order, so from the smallest to the biggest, I can see that 2.83 is having the smallest magnitude. So that will be A plus B. Then comes, you can see A and B. A and B both are 3.16 each. So that means A equal B, we can write like that, they both are equal. And then the highest value is for A minus B and B minus A, the highest magnitude. They both have same and they have the highest magnitude. So A minus B, the magnitude is equal to B minus A. So let's just put them in the absolute value to show that it's the magnitude which we are talking about.